Hello everyone, it is Erin Floto, and today we are doing my December setup. So this month, as with all the other months, we are combining two things that may not necessarily go together. And this month we are combining origami and crystals. So for this color palette, I went super pastel, super like bubbly, airy. I'm feeling that like pastel Christmas spirit. So that is what I decided to go with for this particular setup. The cover page, I wanted to do a little bit of a mix with a Dutch door, but not much of one. So I do have one on the right-hand side. But first, I'm trying to get all of these like big origami items out of the way. I really did want to take some time for this setup and to like draw everything instead of just printing and pasting it in. I really wanted to get like just that little bit of like relaxing, let the vibes go wherever they may go while I was doing this setup and try to relax a little bit. I'm coming off of a week vacation and I'm doing like a staycation for the second week. So I'm trying to take that time to breathe, calm down, really get into like the Christmas feeling and the end of the year and really just take some time to reflect. So I wanted to use this time to do that for my setup as well. This theme was pretty difficult to differentiate between the origami because that is very triangular shapes versus crystals, which is very triangular shapes, and trying to like piece together a theme that worked for this. But I'm pretty happy with how it ended up turning out. I think at least on this cover page, it's pretty obvious which are crystals and which are the origami shapes, but it was difficult while designing the whole thing, the whole kit, everything like that, and how to differentiate those. But I do think it ended up working out in the long run. So while I'm finishing up this cover page, I do like to give kind of a life update when I'm doing these monthly videos. Last month, I was furloughed. We weren't getting paychecks for a little bit. That was pretty tough, but luckily we had some money in our savings account, so that really got us through. And now I got back pay, which is lovely, wonderful, really, really helpful, especially coming in to the holiday season. And we do have a lot going on this holiday season. So not only do we have all the holidays, but it is my son's first birthday. I am in the midst of planning his first birthday party. I'm really, really excited about it. I'm like starting to put together all of the decor, and I'm really thrilled with how it's coming so far. But back to my setup, I am doing a calendar, and I realized that I did things incorrectly when I was setting up the calendar space. I don't know how, why, when, where. I just missed the weekend when I was planning this out, but apparently I missed the weekend. So that's unfortunate. But I do go back and I fix it and I figure out where my mistake was. And I'm not super thrilled that I had to like go into like the Dutch door like color area on the right hand side, but you don't see it from the cover page, so I took it as an L because I didn't want to move the paper that was there, and I didn't want to ruin the paper that was under the sticky part of that design, and I just colored over it. There's not a lot going on Sundays. We're not the type of people to do Sunday things. We typically do our grocery shopping, our meal planning, all that kind of stuff happens on Sunday, and we don't have a lot of events. So I don't really need that space very much anyways, so it's not too big of a deal. I currently have a love-hate relationship with calendars right now. I feel like my brain doesn't work without a calendar there. But I'm also not like turning back to go to my calendar. So I guess at the beginning of the month, it's really helpful to have to like visualize everything. But I stopped turning back to that calendar probably back in August. So that's why like September, October, November, I haven't really had the traditional calendar setup. It just hasn't really worked out well in my brain. I knew I wasn't turning back to it, so I decided to give it up, but I have been missing it. So I brought it back for this month to see if that's something that maybe kicking off 2026 I'm interested in bringing back. So on the left-hand page, I have my goal set up, which I will talk about more at the end because I do go back and I do some goal planning at the end of this video. And then on the right-hand side, I have my master task list and my habit tracker. I haven't really needed a habit tracker and I haven't really liked having a habit tracker, but I do like it for tracking like the output for the goals instead of having to go back and figure it out. So I did include one, but 2 of my goals are in one tracker because they're only weekly things. So I can mark it off when I do it in that particular week. Again, I'll talk about that when I get back to my goals. So on this next page, we have a steps tracker and a rings tracker. For those who don't know, on an Apple Watch, you have 3 rings. It's a move, exercise, and a standing ring, and you can set the goals for those particular rings. So, and I hate how I wrote this, by the way. I'm going to go back and fix that, but I just didn't have time like when I was filming this video. But basically, based on what I accomplish in that day in terms of filling out my move, my exercise, and my standing ring on my Apple Watch, then I will go ahead and fill it out on there as well. And that kind of correlates with the steps tracker, which I set at 10,000. And that is the setup. And then we'll go ahead and go into our goal planning. So I'm sorry in advance, I do have to do this through a voiceover because my son was sleeping at the time and my husband wasn't home. So I really didn't want to wake him up. So I decided to forego that because it was kind of getting towards the end of his nap time as I was finishing this up. So I'm not playing with fire. I'm going to let him sleep as much as he's able to sleep. So I have my goals set up. If you've watched the past couple months, this is the temporary goals planner that I've been using. And the goal system that I have right now is doing an annual vision, a quarterly check-in, and then setting monthly goals. Now, I am not super happy with the daily actions aspect of this. So I think I'm going to stick to those 3 for now and bring back in daily actions because sometimes the daily action doesn't make sense because some of these things are only being done once or twice a week. Even something that happens quite often, which is strength training, that's 5 times a week. So I've been putting on my daily action, doing strength, and then having a rest day and blacking it out, meaning that is actually not the goal for that day. So that sort of worked, but it didn't work in terms of like figuring out what I was doing for decluttering or my social media content or anything like that. So I pulled that back for this month and I want to trial this month without the daily actions and then try to figure out how to go back into the daily actions in a different way. Because for me personally, I have been doing a fairly good job when it comes to like the habit tracker or something like that and keeping track of things that way, that I don't think it's necessarily that important for me to have it on a daily task if it's not meant to be on a daily task, if that makes sense. So my goals this month are to strength train 5 times per week. My YouTube videos, this is my goal related to publishing content consistently. I would like to do 1 video per week for YouTube. And then when it comes to home and organization, I am going to start boxing things up for a spring garage sale or a tag sale. I really want to get those things under control. And I think that also means like putting things on Facebook Marketplace if I want to get rid of them sooner. So that is all in one thing. And then I also want to continue what I did for like mental relaxation and like trying to be less stressed. I really, really like the daily Bujo digest at the very beginning of the day and putting my whole day out on paper. That has been really, really helpful in November. So I want to continue that into December since it hasn't really become quite a habit yet. And then next quarter, I'll probably look to do something else. And in general, I will be looking to do different annual visions, different quarterly things, different monthlies, because that is kind of the purpose of this is what is my annual vision? And then each quarter find a way to fit into that annual vision. And it doesn't have to be the same thing month after month after month. I've gotten pretty consistent with my strength training, so I don't think that needs to be necessarily one of the most important things on my annual vision coming up. So where my annual vision will still be focused on like losing weight, probably, I will probably lean more towards like my nutrition, because I have been very, very consistent strength training wise, and I've built that habit. I feel really good about it. So now I want to move on in terms of like what else can help me to lose weight, and that main thing is going to be nutrition. So that is my check-in. Those are my goals. And then I'm going to go ahead and fill out the habit tracker. You'll see here how I fill out the habit tracker, that it's one color per thing that I'm doing. So strength training is going to be on one habit, YouTube and the tag sale stuff is going to be on the second habit. And the third one is going to be Bujo Digest. So on the second habit, I'll have one color for the YouTube video, and then I'll have one color for the spring tag sale items. And then whenever I work on it in that week, I will mark it off. It's not meant to be an everyday habit tracker kind of thing. So that is it for my setup and my goal setting and my habit trackers. I can't do the master task list because it's not the end of the month yet. So that's what I've got for you. I hope that this video was helpful. I hope that you found it inspiring, and I would love to hear in the comments below what you are doing for your December setup and what the theme is, and if you've done it already. I can't wait to see, and I will talk to you next time. Bye everyone.